Hi, we are going to be doing a 30-minute gentle flow class this morning. My name's Jackie, and one of the benefits of yoga is finding that place between effort and surrender, finding that balance in all of your poses. And this comes into our attention edge, what we call our edges, our attention edge, our flexibility edge, and our endurance edge. Flexibility, how far you can come into a stretch. Endurance, how long you can hold a pose. And our attention edge, possibly the hardest one, how long can we keep our focus there on the pose? How mindful can we be during our practice? So I think it's really important to find that balance for you as an individual, because if we take a pose too far, it's too harsh on the body and there's chance of injury. On the other side, not taking a pose, far enough means that there's no challenge, there's no stretch, and there's little opportunity for opening and change. So we're working on finding that intuitive art of finding that balance between effort and surrender. Coming into a sitting position, however it suits you. I'm sitting cross-legged, but if it suits you better, sitting on your heels or sitting with your legs out in front, if it doesn't suit your hips, that's okay too, whatever suits. And let's just start inhaling up with the left arm. So you mirror me. Inhale, find that length. And exhale. Coming over, just feel that space through the side of the body. Turn your gaze underneath that arm and feel the breath pushing against the side of the body, really connecting to that breath. And release. Inhale, find the length through the other side. And exhale over. Really trying to feel that stretch from the hip up through to the wrist. And let's come back to center. Interlace the fingers with the palms facing up. We'll inhale up to the chest. Exhale, push the palms out towards me, round your back, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. Inhale up. Exhale, bring the hands around behind the back. If you've got the space to clasp the hands, that's great. Doesn't matter if you haven't. Inhale, chest out. And exhale, release. And we'll do that once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Chest open, breathe in. Exhale, hands back to knees. Moving into a little twist. So place your right hand on your knee, left knee, other hand behind. Inhale, find your length. And exhale, as you lift up, just gently moving into a twist. Taking your gaze back over that left shoulder. And release. We'll come to the other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. And coming back to center. I'm going to roll down onto our back now for a bit more warm up. So turning around and just have the legs out in front and slowly lower yourself down to the floor. So working into the hip area now. Bending the legs. I want you to place your left ankle on your right knee. And then reach behind that right thigh and draw that leg gently back. Just like a reclined pigeon. Flex both feet. Let's stretch that right leg up and down and up and down. One more. Let's release and release. Opposite side, right ankle, left knee. Reach behind the thigh, draw back, feet flex, connect to the breath. Just feel the gentle rise of the belly Rise and fall of the belly with the rhythm of the breath. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. Place both feet on the floor. I want you to reach hands and feet up towards the ceiling, feet hip width apart. And let's just rotate the ankles and the wrists around in one direction, nice and slowly. We release lots of toxins from these joints when we move them nice and slowly like this. Sometimes a few crackles and pops, don't worry about that. Back in the opposite direction. And back to centre. Cross the ankles. You've got two choices here. You can roll up, or if that doesn't suit you, roll onto your side and bring yourself up to a sitting position. Good. I want you to come over into table position onto the hands and knees. So wrists are under shoulders and knees are under hips. So we're just going to move through some cat-cows, warming up through the spine. So let's come into cow so the chest comes forward as we breathe in, feel the length through the front of the body. Exhale, cat stretch, tuck the tailbone, let the head drop. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. As we come back to neutral spine, take the knees wide, take the feet flat, toes together. Bring the sit bones back to the heels and stretch yourself out. And coming up, we're going to find our downward dog. So make sure you get your correct length from table position. Bring your hands about half a hand length forward. Moving back and up and finding your downward dog, keeping that nice bend in the legs and the length through the back. Take yourself for a little walk. And let's walk the feet up towards the hands. Bring the hands into prayer, nice bend in the legs. We'll inhale up and we'll exhale back to Tadasana. Just feeling the connection through the feet, grounding down and reach through the crown up. We're going to move through 3 creative sun cells, so I'll give you lots of options as we move through. Let's inhale up. Exhale down. Nice bend in the legs. So we come into half lift, draw the shoulder blades back, hold the shoulders away from the ears, and exhale down. Step your right leg back. I'm going to drop the knee and open the chest. So just find your lunge, make sure this knee is stacked over the ankle, open the chest. Let's bring the hands down and let's straighten through this left leg. Let's find that stretch, surrender the head, connect to the breath. And come forward, and we're just going to step back into table position. I want you to take your left foot back, extend your right leg. As we come into a half side plank here, just holding. You can look up to the hand or you can look straight ahead, whatever suits your neck. Left wrist slightly in front of the shoulder here. Engage your core and raise the right leg up. If you want a challenge, you can grab your ankle and move into the sugarcane pose. Not necessary, you don't have to move into this challenge. Extend limbs out and move back to table position. Do the other side, excuse my back, turn the right foot out, extend your left. Raise up, engage the core. If you like, bend the legs, sugarcane. Let's release. Let's come back. Good work. So let's take the hands a full hand length forward and come all the way down to the floor. So let's bring the forehead to the floor and draw the chin to the chest and roll up into a cobra. So you can get really low. If this doesn't suit your back, you can stay nice and low like this, and that's okay. If it suits you to come up higher, just moving according to the space in your body. We're all different, we're all unique. Let's exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale. We're going to push back into child's pose, either knees together or slightly apart. We're going to bring the arms back and cross the wrists over the sacrum. And let's inhale, come up. And let's exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down for our last one. Bring the hands forward. Find your downward dog. You're going to raise the right leg up for a three-legged dog. We're going to step forward. And if that step's a little much for you, I don't mind. If you raise the leg, bring it back, drop the knees, and then step forward. It's a really nice option if that's a bit big of a step for you. Left leg. Now as you come up, I want you to feel it in the glutes and the thighs as you inhale. Those big muscles taking all the work. And exhale down. Half lift. Exhale. Take your left leg back, drop the knee, and we open the chest again. The chest open, feel the shoulder blades drawing towards each other. And we'll come down and stretch through that right leg. So hands down, breathing in, and exhaling into that stretch. Surrender the head. Just keep focusing on the breath. This is the breath in, this is the breath out. Release forward and come back into plank position. A couple of options here. You can either drop the knees and lower down, or for a bit stronger version, you can roll forward and lower down. We'll all come through with the elbows up underneath the shoulders for Sphinx pose. Really push the elbows into the floor and draw the chest forward. If this doesn't suit you, elbows out to the side makes it a little easier on the back. Let's everyone take the elbows out to the back, hands under the shoulders. We're coming back into a squat. So as we come back, I'll turn to face you. Keep the knees wide. Tuck the toes. Bring the balls of the big toes and the heels together. And raise up. If you have issues with your knees, you feel free to keep the knees on the floor. If you have issues with balance, feel free to keep your hands on the floor. Or if it feels okay, bring the hands up to prayer. Find your drishti, your focus point, and don't move that gaze. It's your best friend in any balancing pose. And let's release, and we're going to walk through and find our downward dog. So find your leg, raising up, left leg up. Remember you can drop the knees if you want. Step forward, right leg, inhale up. And exhale all the way down. Just hold forward bend for a minute. Bring the hands behind the back of the lower legs and just holding. Release. Half lift. Exhale. We're just to step back into downward dog. Right leg back, left leg back. Little bend in the legs, find the length through the spine. Raise the right leg. One step forward. And we're coming up to a high lunge. If you find that difficult to come through and to hold your balance here, feel free to shorten your stand or even turn the back foot out. Let's just hold it here. Right knee stacked over the ankle. Let the inner shoulders relax. Let's turn that back foot out now and come into warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach forward and then up into reverse. Bring the head up. So you are welcome just to stay here finding that reach, or if you like you can come into a little back bend if that suits. Back to warrior two and through to easy side angle. Bring the left arm up close to the ear. Finding length from that ankle through these fingertips. And let's release down, hands back to the floor. Coming back to downward dog. Back to three-legged. And through to pigeon pose. So bring the right knee up to the ankle. Release the back foot. And drawing this right ankle in as far as you can manage. There should be no pressure on the knee at all here. You're welcome to stay up nice and high like this. If it doesn't suit your knee, bring your heel back in under your buttocks. But let's just for now inhale, come up onto the fingertips and open that chest as we breathe in. And exhale, let's lower down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. And this time we'll come down and just spend a few breaths in this pose. So you're welcome to stack the fists. Stay up on the forearms. If you've got a bit more space, forward to the floor. Raise the head, hands under the shoulders. Tuck the back foot and we're straight back up to downward dog. And let's walk it out, particularly for that right knee. And I'm just walking it out. Back to centre. Raise the left leg up. Stepping forward. And coming up to find your high lunge. Remember, taking any option you need, dropping to the knees. Making your stand a bit shorter. Whatever you need. Let's just see if we've got any unnecessary tension we're holding. So often we do in yoga and in life. Let's just scan the body, take a big breath in. And exhale. Let it go. Let's find warrior two. Let the shoulders relax. Knees stacked. Right back toes turned in a little. Flip that front palm, let's come back. Either just length or a little back bend. And let's come through to easy side angle, left arm down, right arm up. So we're opening this chest, this right chest towards the ceiling here. We're grounding down with this right foot and we're reaching with these right fingers. Let's windmill down, come back to downward dog. Raise the left leg up and find your pigeon pose on this side. Release the back foot. Come on, come to the fingertips. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And this time releasing down to the pose that suits you, forearms, fists, or lengthening out. to raise the hands under the shoulders as we come back up, tuck the back foot, downward dog, walking it out. And then let's walk the feet up towards the hands. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Let's find some balance in this class. We'll move into tree pose. I think balancing poses we learn more than anything about ourselves. When we fall out of the pose, that's an opportunity to learn more about ourselves. So don't get frustrated with yourself. It's the worst thing you can do. But what you can do is if you find it difficult to balance, you can move to a wall and have one hand on a wall. And there's 3 options for our tree pose. So let's stand with the hands on the hips. Shift our weight to the left foot. You can either bring the foot here and still rest on the toes. You can come heel below the knee. Or you can come heel up. Wherever it suits you, hands in prayer, and you can leave the hands there or reach them up and make your branches. Nice steady gaze. Welcome that constant movement you can feel through the left foot as the body centers and recenters itself. Hands back down to the hips. We're going to raise that leg up and hold for a moment. And exhale down. Ready for the other side, shifting your weight. Raising the leg up and just allowing that foot to be wherever it suits you. Find the balance. Funny how often we can be really balanced on one side and not so much on the other. These poses help us to recenter. A little bit of wind in my tree on this side today. Hands back to the hips, we'll raise the leg up, inhale. And exhale down. Just give the legs a bit of a shake. We might actually just stand with the feet a little further than hip width apart and just moving the hips around. In one direction, and back in the opposite direction. Back to centre. I'm going to come and sit on the floor now, so just make your way down, whichever way suits. I'm going to sit with the legs nice and wide. So don't take the legs completely out to your maximum capacity, just bring them back in a little bit. Let's walk forward, so we just get that pelvis tilted a little bit. You are welcome if you have problems with your lower back or you're really inflexible through the lower back and the hamstrings, just sit up on a blanket and even put something under the knees as well. So let's all start with the hands behind as we inhale and find some length through the spine. And we'll exhale and come forward. You're welcome to bring the hands forward if you want, or if you feel more supported with the hands behind, leave them there. Let's just close the eyes and connect to the breath. So just remember, yoga has nothing to do with how flexible you are. Being good at yoga is sensing what's right for your body. How far should I go into this pose? Knowing that balance to be able to look after your own body is what yoga's about. Just feel the breath coming right down to the belly. Help me focus on the breath. I often say to myself, this is the breath in. This is the breath out. 2 more breaths here. Let's release up. Great. Right, we're going to come onto our backs now. So I like to bring my hands under my knees, bend them, bring the legs back. And let's gently roll down onto the back, nice and slowly, using that core strength to come down. So you lie down, just draw the shoulder blades under a little, have those ankles stacked underneath the knees and the feet are hip width apart. Let's inhale, raise the hips up. And exhale, roll the spine back down to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do 2 with the arms now. Inhale up, raise the arms up, raise the hips up. Exhale, hips and hands coming to touch the floor at the same time. Inhale up. And exhale. Draw your right knee into the chest, fingers over the neck, extend your left leg out. And hold, flex both feet. And release. And the left leg in, hold that in close, both feet flexed. And release. Happy baby pose. So take the soles of the feet to the ceiling. I don't mind if you grab the inside or the outside of the feet and try to draw the legs down either side of the body. If that's a bit of a reach for you, you feel free just to bring the hands to the back of the legs like this and even interlace the fingers. Whichever version suits you best. It's all about knowing what's right for your body, not particularly listening to me. Let's release the legs. Just draw the knees into the chest and just rock the back from side to side. And coming back to centre. I want you to lie down in your most comfortable Savasana position or relaxation pose. Generally, feet just apart, arms away from the body, palms facing up. If you have issues with back, I suggest a bolster or something underneath the knees just to support your back. So you're just lying there, drawing the shoulder blades under, bringing the chin to the chest and just releasing through the back of the neck. And just allowing the whole body to relax here. Coming to notice the breath of the nostrils. Notice the breath at the belly as you feel the navel rise, and the navel fall. Feel all the connecting points between your body and the floor. As you feel the body supported, and nourished, and cradled. Back of the head feels heavy. Shoulder blades and upper back, the arms, middle back, lower back, buttocks, back of the legs and the heels. Just watching the breath now as we inhale. This is the breath in. Exhale. The breath out. When you come up from Savasana position, I want you to just bend the legs. I want you to roll onto your side. Bring that upper hand to the floor and lift yourself up and come back into a preferred sitting position for you. Thanks so much for joining me for our yoga class today. Thanks very much.